Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time to Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victa Repentance series. Happy Tuesday, Mosh Pit. Hope your Tuesdays are going off to a good start here. We're still waiting for another video to cross 3,000 likes. Again, a couple are very close, but we'll see what this week brings us here in the Mosh Pit. And yeah, hope you all had a good start to your week, and hopefully you're having better runs than I am. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you by Sponge Dice. Title of thread, yeah, I mean, Sponge Dice is correct. Title of thread was just simply episode 1086, and then in the thread, the image says, "It's Invicta if there were ever to be a Godzilla musical. Godzilla love musical hatred." Yes, indeed. I hope that I'd never ever get to see that world, but I don't know what I would do. I mean, I would obviously have to see it, but like it would have to be good. People were bringing up a lot of musicals that they think I would like. 7 Kilo Papa Charlie, Zulu 4 Yankee Kilo. We got Mongo Baby, who's firing like crazy for some reason. Does it mean, or does it look like Mongo Baby just going off here? We also have very good tiers right here for Isaac, and not great damage, bad movement speed, but good shot speed. And yeah, I mean, it's not too bad here, but I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. But there are some people who were in the musical episode when I was talking. Excuse me, I coughed and I got hit. When I was talking about my hatred for musicals, that mentioned a couple of them that I would probably like. One of them being the Book of Mormon, because obviously I'm a South Park fan, and also I just like Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Again, with it begins already. I have seen bits and pieces of the Book of Mormon, but I've not seen all of it because, again, I'm just not a huge fan of musicals. But it did hold my attention more than most musicals. Thank you. I appreciate that. We get a Bumba and Swallow Penny. The thing about Swallow Penny here is, yeah, we gotta take it. This amount of tears rate I will happily take. And this game's trying hard for me to get rid of Guppy's tail, or Guppy's A Child's Drawing. I'm gonna go into the curse room just because I don't think we're gonna hold on to Soul Heart anyway. Plus, there could have been something in here like a Guppy item, but that was foolish of me to think about. But yeah, I've seen parts and bits and pieces of the Book of Mormon, and it was, from what I remember, it was funny. Of course, it's going to be funny because it's Matt and Trey. But that being said, though, it's so musical and I guess if I were to have one and only one musical, then sure, it would be the Book of Mormon that I would probably be able to watch. But a Godzilla musical, I don't know, man. I'm not sure about that, especially if it was like in English, or I guess in Japanese too. I don't know how I feel about it. I'd probably actually like it more if it was in Japanese than English. That goes Monstro here. And yep. Might as well just get it out of the way early. Thanks for the 7 cents, Monstro. So we can go back and get Pandora's Box, which would give us 2 soul hearts on this floor. However, I think it's worth it for us to hold on to it for now, because the next floor we get 2 bombs and 2 keys. Next floor is boss item. Then the next floor after that, in Caves 2, would be a 2 soul hearts and a boss item. So yeah, it's just better than Yuck Heart. Super Secret Room might be here. I'm gonna try for it. Hey, it is. Okay, get a tears up. Not a shot speed up, but that's okay. Wow, Stigmata just sitting right here. Okay. Okay, you have my attention, game. Now, the crazy thing... It's cough, dude. The crazy thing that we have to decide is, do we keep A Child's Drawing? I think you gotta go for the Petrified Poop. Actually, before we do this, I am gonna go back and use Yuck Heart, because I don't want to use Pandora's Box and get 2 soul hearts now, which yes, technically would save us from worrying about Red Heart damage, but so does Yuck Heart, and it doesn't cost us 15 cents to do so. Using Pandora's Box in floor 1, unless if it's absolutely necessary, I think it's too much of a price to pay, especially in a mediocre start so far. I say mediocre start lovingly, because I mean, this start really is not terrible, especially now that we have a little bit of damage thanks to Stigmata. Stigmata is also very, very good. for us having basically just 2 HP, because now this allows us to have a full-on devil deal without having to worry about, like, you know, being at the mercy of hoping for 9 lives or hoping for something that gives us a soul heart. Petrified Poop really doing work here, giving us some good pickups. And while we get started on this run, going into last week's question of the episode, came in from the Terminator, who said, if you can make a transformation like Guppy can join, etc., what would it be and how would you get it? So I've answered this question before, but I will answer it again just to have a renewed sort of response. I would love to see a tech transformation, whether it be like something like cyberpunkish or just like full-on like Robo Isaac or like Terminator Isaac, something like that would be very cool. And it would require you to get 3 of any of the tech items. So Tech 1, Tech 2, Tech 0.5, Tech 0, Tech X, etc. That is, to me, the most logical way to do so. And as far as what would it do, honestly, I would love to have some kind of special shot that comes off of Isaac's shoulder or something like that. Kind of like think of it like Predator. Where there's like an automatic shot that fires, which would be a little bit annoying to deal with, obviously, because of, you know, automatically firing damage. But that would be very cool if it was like a high damage, like high velocity, like missile or like tracking shot or something like that, you know. Or even like just a marker, like something that marks or paints a target, and whatever target that it selects, it will take 2x damage. We take it before, definitely take it before. Like it would paint a target, and once that target is dead, then the next target will get painted, then the next one. So it would be very useful for damage amplification. Plus, I think that it should get a special shot. What that shot would be, I'm not sure. Secret room's probably there. Yeah, I would love to see a Robo Isaac or like a Terminator Isaac, or Predator Isaac would be cool, and just give him like a really sick glowing eye or like a visor like Cyclops or something like that. Alright, so we really need to get something here for our devil deal. I'm very happy that we got that cheap soul heart. The piercing shot's doing work here. Mongo Baby's really just firing off on all cylinders right now. The box, which is just, again, no stats for us, but what can you do? Yep. And that will do it. I think I am going to go all the way back in the curse room. Super Secret Room's to the right of here, by the way. If you ever see this tile, it's always to the right. Unless you've already found it. So, I'm not going to take the Rotten Hearts. I don't want to lose full hearts if we end up having to take damage on them, especially if it's like a Temperance Machine or a Demon Judgment. There's just no point. And Curse Room still picking up the pieces. All right. All right. So, no Devil Deal, no item room. Well, I mean, that before was good, but we basically didn't get a boss drop. And yeah, and the Devil Deal was pretty garbo. But I do have some interesting news on the stat sheets, because I've had a lot of people volunteer, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. There's been a lot of people who reached out and said that they would be interested in helping me do the June challenge, which was establishing a baseline spreadsheet to compare to. Because if what I'm saying is true, and June is truly the worst month that we have seen thus far in the history of the channel, then we need to set that as the baseline so we can make an accurate statement about that. And I've had a few people reach out via email and said that they are willing to do it. Some people were asking for, like, you know, I said that I would be compensating for their time, which I will be. But the main caveat that I want to make sure is very clear to people that I'm not looking to break the bank on this. So it's not like a career move, and it's certainly not going to be an ongoing thing. Also, the stat sheet has to actually be good. I just don't need like a sort of readout and then that's that. Like, it has to be like, you know, pretty in depth. I want it to be organized. I want it to be nice to look at so people can readily access it. And then, you know, if it keeps up being updated, you know, then we'll see. But I just want to temper expectations. A couple people said that they do it like professionally and that sort of thing, which is really cool. But like, I don't know how much money you think I'm gonna pay you, but it's not gonna be like a mortgage payment or anything. It's gonna be considerably less than that. But of course, I want to just make sure it's clear before people put too much time and effort into it, because it's supposed to be just a silly little curiosity, not like a full blown like you can use this for like some kind of like thesis or something. 7 is D bad, and looking for a bomb for that tinted rock right now. But that being said, we've had 2 lists so far come out that were very good. I'll determine which ones I end up using for the end of the month, because obviously we want to see what we don't even know what the rest of the month of July is going to, or June is going to be. And then from there, if July starts being considerably better, then it would be neat to have like a comparison to like, okay, this was a normal month versus not. Or you can take literally any other month than June of 2024 and find out exactly how it stacked up. So far, the preliminary results are exactly how I was anticipating it, which is that June is pretty below average. And when the runs were bad, they were really bad. And the good runs were very, very few, far between. So, but until the final statistics are released, and I do choose a final spreadsheet that I'll say, okay, this is the definitive one, all bets are off. So, yeah, I don't want people getting too serious about it, because it's going to take a lot of time and effort. And I don't want them to think that like, oh yeah, this is going to be like thousands of dollars. Like, no, dude, it's like not. Like, I want to compensate you for your time, but like this is if this were like an art commission or something like that, it'd be totally different. So, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm just trying to make sure people know. We get shot speed, no double deal. Again, I would love to see what's inside the curse room, but no, actually, you know what? No, I don't. I don't care about what's in the curse room, because I know it's going to be bad. Why even waste our time? All right, game. Listen here. You know that we need stats, okay? And yes, technically speaking, shot speed is a stat. Oh, it's this curse room again. Technically speaking, yes, we did get a stat up from that. However, that's not the stat up that we're looking for. We need one of the big 3. Movement speed, damage, tiers. One of those 3. Shot speed and luck don't really count, neither does range. Although shot speed is very useful whenever we're talking about having Dead Onion. So I'm not going to poo-poo it. Like, I will accept it, but let's try to get an actual stat up now. 1 bomb for 3 cents is pretty bad. Yeah, this is dead end, all right. Now, the $1 million question, are we going to use Pandora's box here on this floor? And does car battery affect Pandora's box? The answer is no and no. I'm going to wait until we get to at least 4 soul hearts before I make a decision. We may need that 20 cents on floor 6. So yeah, there's lots of reasons why we wouldn't want to use Pandora's box here. Wow, that actually hit us. Seeing how Garbo our movement speed is right now. Now, in an ideal world, Pandora's box is used on Womb 1 because you get 2 boss items, which is huge. As cool as it would be if car battery actually affected Pandora's box, it doesn't. Ourselves another dead end right here. But so far, the statistics for this month have been interesting. And I want to say thank you to everyone who has been putting together their own lists and stuff. Some people have scoring systems. Some people have general, just like, just listing stuff. It's been, I like that kind of stuff. It's fascinating to me. And to get an official list to have the baseline for would be very cool. And then after that, like, if I happen to like multiple people's lists, I will maybe we'll put them in contact with each other, and then they can collab and maybe have something that's actually being upkept. There's damage right there, but it's going to kill our tears rate. Something that will be kept up with. Not upkept. I don't know what upkept is. 2 diamonds doubles our money. So we didn't take Swallowed Penny. So far, it looks like my play of not wanting to take Guppy's, the Child's Drawing, was the right one. That would assume that we've, like, you know, gotten a devil deal, which we haven't, other than 4-2. I mean, our shot speed and range is, or our tears rate is not terrible with Polyphemus. Not as bad as it usually would be. Like these shops here. Now, what is nice of these flies that we're getting from the Rotten Heart, they are dealing buku damage. So anything that gets touched by them, outside of a mini boss and a boss, is going to just get melted away. If we end up getting Guppy, then that could be even better. Be careful with the poop piles because of that right there. Vito ended up hitting a bomb rock there. And we failed a 68% and got an HP upgrade. All right. All right.
2 of diamonds.
Well, we're pot committed now at this point with Pandora's Box. I'm going to go all the way back and grab my Emperor card. I was hoping that we were going to see some money, but this is definitely going to cost me a lot of time towards boss rush. And yeah, I think that, you know, we're just looking at another June run, maybe. I mean, admittedly, this one's not nearly as bad as some of the other ones, because at least we have Polyphemus and Epiphora and Dead Onion. Epiphora also, of course, a contributing factor in helping us have a somewhat reasonable tears rate. But, hoo boy, we need to get some movement speed or flying or something, man, because it's going to be slow going here. There's darkness. What would be the absolute perfect item for us to get? I can't believe that didn't open the door. Oh, okay. The perfect item for us to get would probably be Zebra. Zebra or Rock Bottom. Zebra would definitely solve a lot of our missing stat problems, and we have so much damage to give that would help us out. And on top of that, we also have Epiphora, which could balance out a very temporary but very good all stats up. Quickly found item room in the shop. Not that that mattered at all, of course. All right. So let's go to the real side of the map now and go check out the way to the boss room. And hopefully maybe get a good devil deal. I don't even feel like being in this room, to be honest, but I have a feeling this is going to be a dead end over here. Oh, maybe not. I would say the same thing about this room, but we only have one more bomb. There's a strategic bombing of the door for me to get out of that room. I feel like it's been forever since we actually made a boss rush. Very close. This is getting ridiculous here, game. And this is all just for a dead end. Okay. Yeah. Literally could not have been the worst direction possible. That is something else right there. $50-50 for a devil deal or angel deal. This thing ever dies. And we get an angel deal and another HP upgrade. Imagine waiting 5 floors to get our next guaranteed item room. Devil deal or angel deal, and it becoming Bade Retro. That is that I mean, that's June, man. Like that really is June. This one's definitely going, and it's starting to really skew in the yikes side of things here. I use my Emperor card so we can get to boss rush exclusively here. So we cannot have any Sinvicta navigation. And a dead end. Secret room might be here, but you know what's really killing this for me? Oh, okay. It's our movement speed. You know what would help? Us getting a boss item that actually gave us stats. Oh, okay. Oh, that is boss rush dead now. And on a judgment. I'm not even going to try to make boss rush at this point. It's just not going to happen. Got to try to get something useful here. Go check the arcade here. And try to get some of that money back that we just got scammed out of. Old Bandage could do us a lot of work here and maybe possibly get us a blood bag. Which would be pretty pog. There we go. Okay. We're pogged out of our gourd now. Alright. After blood bag, our movement speed goes up to 1.26. That is our movement speed after a speed upgrade, so you feel the pain here. I mean, we could technically get a full card here, but it doesn't really matter with us not being able to get into boss rush unless we find Mom and Mega in the store, which is possible. Dream Catcher. And I think we just... Strength card, why not? Alright, item room. We need something good here. E-Bizzle. Now again, a Temperance Machine could, in theory, give us another blood bag. D-Bizzle, I need you to not pick up our red hearts from Old Bandage, buddy. Okay, we got another one. Okay. So our movement speed now is considerably better. And another dead end. All right. So even if I did not use my Emperor card on that last floor, we still wouldn't have made boss rush anyway. How does he do it? Normally, you wouldn't think that the boss room is located just to the left of the starting room here on Depths 2, but Normally, anyway. It is insane. I mean, like, honestly, at this point in June, it's just like, yeah, sure. We full clear every floor. Oh, okay. Bizzle starting off right with a pill upgrade. The D-Bizzle branded pill. I would go into the curse room, but again, I know it's going to be bad. Source, I've been in every other curse room so far, and they've all been bad. So there's no reason to think that this is going to be any different at this point. All right, so there's the entire depths, everybody. If you're playing along at home, if you wanted to see the map, a little insight from your Pallas Invicta. There you go. Seeing a lot of Red Mom lately. Should try to just keep firing in the same direction here, just for Epiphora. There we go. This double deal. We're going to take the Polaroid, and D-Bizzle gave us a spider. All right. So we get Fallen, and now it's time to see if this gambit with the Pandora's box paid off for 2 boss items. Get a range upgrade and another HP upgrade. Right. The dead end. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is another June episode right here. There's a tinted rock in here, but we have a bomb to get it. Hermit card teleports us randomly. I mean, hell, why not at this point? And it took us back to the starting room. All right. Another dead end. This is a cavalcade showcase of it's Invicta luck right here. In terms of navigation, I mean, it boggles the mind, man. It really does. And the sad thing is, I'm not even surprised. It's like, yeah, it's whatever. That's how this entire month has been, man. Like, I legitimately feel bad. I was talking about this on stream the other day. Like, I legit feel terrible because it's like, man, it's hard to make these kind of episodes really engaging and keep up, like, you know, positivity and, like, you know, and trying to maintain, like, hey, this is still interesting, right, guys? Like, I even talked to the stream the other day about, like, hey, like, this is the type of runs you guys like to watch, right? Right? Like, kind of like halfway joking, but also like kind of like, you know, just taking a little dip in the pool, try to get a pulse on things, and it was overwhelmingly in favor of no. I like struggle buses, and even I don't like some of these runs this month, and that really sucks because it's like I have literally no control over this. I mean, I could play different characters and stuff, but even then, it's just like the items have been something otherworldly at this point in this month. But, you know, we have, to be fair, we have full HP. We've got Polyphemus. We're still killing things. It's just kind of like a, whatever. You know what I mean? Like a run like this is just kind of like, yeah, we're gonna win this run, but it's not flashy by any means. You get Deathless, by the way, so hopefully we might be able to get a Tears Up or something along those lines. And we got a movement speed up. You know, them's the breaks. like to say that for the Pokemon breaks. Them's the breaks. Someone gets bad luck, it's like, eh, it sucks. But I do, at least with Pokemon breaks, like if someone gets really crap luck, I compensate them by giving them like free cards, or like just last week I gave out a free entire booster box of 151 because Arena Ace, who is a member of the Twitch Mosh Pit, had a horrible, and I mean like legendarily bad string of Chilling Rain packs. So I decided to give him a box of 151. And you know, I don't like it when people don't have a good time. And to me, that's like a very, very, that's like, it's at that point, like the cost of the box is not important to me. Like I want to make sure that, you know, people have fun, they keep coming back, and they feel like they got, you know, just any kind of enjoyment out of it. Whereas with Isaac, if we get bad luck, it's like, yeah, well, keep playing. What do you want me to do? I'm just doing everything by the rules. The game talking, by the way. Did find the boss. So we'll see if we maybe get one more Devil Deal. Actually incredible that we even made Hush at this point. Yeah. Devil Deal. No surprise. And no heart for D-Bizzle, because you only paid out one soul heart. But I think that also, like on a serious level, I think that if I were to have, like, say, like, oh, well, that was a bad Devil Deal, let's just go ahead and give myself a good Devil Deal just to make it interesting. Like, I don't want to play that kind of game either. You know, if I cared about the Zane and the flashiness and all that stuff, like, that much, I'd be like, yeah, let's start spawning in Brimstone every run, or, you know, interesting combo here. Like, I don't think that people would enjoy that either. I think they want to see the struggle is real. It may not make for the best commentary at times, but you know, these are the run. Like, I would actually rather have a really challenging bad run than a run that just is like nothing happened. You know, like we started off interesting, especially with Dead Onion, but then quickly got ground down. Like our enthusiasm levels went down very quickly with all the range and HP upgrades and pageant boys of the world. Polyphemus, I will say that this run looks very different without Polyphemus. Mr. Mega here, which I'm going to take. Yep. Why not open the other two? Because that's all I needed to see. And to me, it's not worth a late game boss trap room to maybe get a Devil Deal item that's not going to get us Guppy or anything anyway. For anyone asking about, oh, well, you could have had the kid's drawing, that still counts as a Guppy item. It still counts as a Guppy item, but we have to be in possession of it. So it doesn't count as a Guppy item because we didn't keep it. Got ourselves another dead end here. All right. Go check up on the north side now. Figure it might be there. Nope. Up here. It's on the opposite wall that I thought it was. A range upgrade. Yep. Technically, I didn't want to give you my key, so you kind of deserve that. There've been 24/7 Godzilla movie live stream channels on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure they're illegal, but those are second Guppy item technically. So I'm not gonna like tell you where they are, but they're on YouTube, and it's very cool to be able to watch and scrub through the VODs to see like the older Godzilla movies. But I will say, if you want to see like the legit movies that aren't on YouTube and definitely are legal, then just go watch them on Max on HBO if you have that. Here's the only thing I keep Max around for anyway. Like, I know people have been saying like, oh, House of the Dragon season 2. I'm like, here's the thing, like, for me, I liked the beginning of House of the Dragon because, like, I did like at one point Game of Thrones, but obviously the way that the final season went, I don't know anyone who even stuck around for that show. And yes, I will take any opportunity to rip on Game of Thrones season 8 as much as I can. But like, I enjoyed the first part of House of the Dragon, but then they did that time skip, man, and I'm just like, I mean, like, all the characters, all the personalities that I knew are now just totally different characters. Quite literally, because they even use like different actors and actresses and stuff. So it's like, man, I just don't know. I'll tell you, the only time that I was ever fine with a time skip was in Naruto. Like, Naruto had a time skip for Shippuden and the base series. I don't even know what it's called, the early chapters or whatever, early life. And that was fine because it was a totally new series. So technically it was a time skip, but I still felt like I knew the characters, and it was like an appropriate amount of time. It wasn't like so jarring, like a mid-episode skip or something like that. But normally in every other time period, even like I'll go to like the Matrix, whatever the fourth one, the bad one was. I point to that and I'm like, man, too much time's gone by. And the Matrix specifically had too many references that were like trying to be meta and cool. And I'm just like, yeah, I liked it when it was just Neo. You know? Not when like, oh, you're a video game designer now, and oh, you made a video game called The Matrix. It's like, okay, I get it. It's very clever. But I still like it when it's just like simple. Like another good one would be like Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan kept it simple. There were Titans, there was a big wall, and you wanted to see how people were going to live through that. And you know, all the everyday struggles of that. And then they did the time skip for season 3 or season 2.5 or whatever they end up calling it. And then I'm like, man, all of a sudden we're dealing with trains and like cars and like blimps and stuff. Like, come on, man. I don't know. Maybe my story, maybe my immersion meter is broken, but another anime. It seems to be a common trope in anime anyway for me, with being unsatisfied by like big time skips, or in this case like a full hard reset, even though the show was going on. Full Metal Alchemist did this, but I didn't watch that series enough to really like care too much, even though I know that it's widely considered to be a very good anime. But Seven Deadly Sins, which was one of my favorite animes, and still kind of is, I guess, they did this weird thing where it's like they just totally, all the characters just forgot what they did in like the first season. It was really, really weird. Like there was for example, there's this huge story about one character being in love with another character, and he finally gets her. And I'm talking about King, by the way. I'm not talking about Meliodas. And he finally gets her, and then some kind of event happens. It's been so long, I've forgotten at this point. But some kind of event happens, and then it's like, oh, they're together? ? But they act like he acts like he's in love with her, and he doesn't have her again. And I'm like, did you? That whole thing about you pursuing her and saving her life and that sort of stuff, almost like it never happened. It was very jarring. Also, something else is jarring. Can we stop taking all this damage, or just keep taking damage? Or just keep taking damage, I guess. Dude, why are we getting destroyed in this room? Like, seriously. Like, seriously, why are we getting destroyed in this room? Like, what in the actual hell is going on? We got hit, like, I think 30 times in this room. That was ridiculous. Hit rock bottom, but I do not know what just happened in that room. So I'm going to max out Epiphora here. I mean, normally I'd be pretty stoked, but, like, I'm actually really confused and also very mad about why this room was so difficult. Take Botfly here. So we can usually skip a room here if we end up going up through secret room. And of course it's a dead end. Because why wouldn't it be at this point? We don't care about Death's List at this point. We're just trying to find Blue Baby and live. You can't have the Debizzle. The time of you taking our red hearts are currently closed, buddy. Now, the fun part is that even if we get an Emperor card, we're not going to be able to feel totally secure in using it. I mean, I'm still going to use it, but I prefer to get like 1 or 2 more hearts. Or Bob's Curse, I guess. My God. Super Secret Room's here. I'd love to have a Womb Room. Well, we can't lose any more stats, so as long as we don't get bad trip, we're fine.
Health down. Tears up.
Tears Up didn't do anything for us. I'm gonna poison Blue Baby off the bat here. I was gonna run in and try to poison the flies off with Serpent's Kiss, but he spawned a bunch of other flies, and that was it for that strat. Yeah, this was a very strange ending to this run here. I got distracted with the talk about time jumps, and we almost died to double adversary for no inexplicable reason. So a little bit of spice at the very end. Yeah, it's a very funny game. But thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that near disaster of a run. If you did, make sure you click the like button, leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on time skips in like movies and stuff, because I want to know if I'm the only one who feels that way, where it just really takes me out of the series that I knew and loved and kind of grew with, and then all of a sudden it's like, bam, everyone's different. Dun, dun, dun. But it's like they still keep in the same series. So post them in the comments down below. Thank you again to everyone who's been putting up the stat sheets and the Excel spreadsheets, that sort of stuff for this month so far. As always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like thanks to pages of mine like Julian LaFond, Chronic Shadow, and Alex Bison. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of the episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.